Need a good environment for that, so it's a warm water, a little sugar to feed it, and some yeast. And now we're going to add in, for our dough, to get that started, sugar, some warm water to help dissolve that sugar.
And speaking of ingredients, we're going to, in just a couple of moments, Ellen is going to tell you about a recipe book that she has, and I'm going to let you know where you can get all of the recipes that you've seen throughout the whole season on Great Taste of Manitoba.
And we'll add in our yeast. So we got some eggs, some evaporated milk, but all the exact ingredients are online. And then you're just going to have, you're going to add in your flour, which is 3.5 cups, and you're just going to start with 1 cup at a time, and just, you know, mix it together, bring it all. So this is something that your family, your guests can help out, because these little beignets, you want to eat them when they're hot and they're warm. So you want to make them and then enjoy them.
So it's fresh, obviously.
Fresh, yeah. But they're just going to be these little puffy
balls of happiness.
Yes, that will be jumping in joy. And we're going to have them hopping in some really nice hot canola oil. So canola has a really high smoke point, which is critical for when you're frying. And see, it's just coming nice together there. And it has no trans fats. And so right now, everybody's talking about trans fats and how it's important not to have trans fats in your diet. Yeah. Well, that's a key. And also you need to be looking at no saturated fats. And canola is the lowest in saturated fat of any vegetable oil. And a lot of people think that olive oil is the healthiest oil, but it's really canola. So that's just, we're going to keep mixing this and bring it all together.
I learned so many things from you.
That's what I'm here for.
I know, I know.
And then we have our dough, so we're just going to let it rest, and on a floured board, we can roll it out.
That's what I'd like to do, actually.
You know?
Rest on a floured board.
And then we have different cutters. So the key is your oil is hot. It's at 375.
Do I take this out?
Well, let's keep it. And then, see, it just bubbles nicely in there. It only takes a minute to do. But all these recipes can be found at our new recipe book. And if you go on canolarecipes.ca or call 982-2122, we'll be happy to mail it out to you.
Oh, have we seen that recipe book yet?
Look how beautifully they've puffed up. And then they're just going to flip, just like that.
You flip them?
Yeah, but you can tell when they want to go. Isn't that great?
How can you tell?
Well, see, this one is just, when I touch it,
there's that recipe book.
It's a gorgeous book. It has wonderful flavors.
And you should never do this with your fingers.
No.
I learned.
And now we're going to just strain
them.
That's it. It's that quick. So you do that one.
And speaking of recipes, we'll throw a few more of these
in.
And we'll let the good people at home know where they can get recipes. All locations of the Manitoba Liquor Marts, of course, or their website online, liquormartsonline.com. foodmanitoba.ca. They always have the recipes, and again, not just for this show, but for all of the shows for the entire season. And Manitoba Agriculture, Food and Rural Initiatives at gov.mb.ca/agriculture, and every Sunday in the classified section of the Winnipeg Free Press, you'll find that week's recipe.
Here they go.
So in other words, tomorrow?
They're just starting to flip. And they puff up really nice. And so the key, again, you want to be using canola oil because it has that high smoke point, low in saturated fat, and has no trans fat. So that's really important. And then once they're done, you're just going to take them out of there and dust them with icing sugar.
Oh, yeah.
And so you can have them be any shapes. I've used cookie cutters, but you could just peel them off and put them in.
But they all kind of come out in their own shape anyway.
Yeah. And they just puff up. And then we finish off with a little icing sugar. And that's it. Do you want to try one?
Well, sure. Look the way the arm actually just kind of went.
Just get in there.
Is that going to be too hot?
No, it's going to be delicious.
You sure?
Oh yeah, it's going to melt in your mouth.
Well, yeah, but you sure it's not too hot?
So good.
It's a little bit hot.
Yeah. We'll be right back.